Earlier in the spring, I felt like God called me to go to the missions trip to Mexico. I remember one night, I had this dream. I had my passport to go to Mexico, when really we're gonna go to a spaceship to heaven. I looked down at my passport and I saw my destination and it said a cross. A cross was written on my passport. And 2 days before I left for Mexico, I was having a lot of anxieties, like, what are the things that can go wrong on this trip? Is everything gonna be okay? Like, I'm going to a different country. I never went outside of this country before. The dream I had that night, I was standing in my backyard. It was thunderstorming out at night, but I wasn't scared. And I looked up at the sky. I said a prayer and I put my hands on the ground. The ground started to shake. And then this huge tree just bursted out of the ground and just started to blossom and bloom. So that's all I remember from that dream. It was the last day we were actually at the orphanage in Reynosa, and we were worshiping with the kids. The pastor told us, we had so many missionaries come here, but you guys were different. You actually ministered these children's hearts. It was just amazing. There was tears and I felt like some kids were getting saved that day. I was a mess. Like, this is a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I realized at that moment, just like in my dream, as I put my hands on these children and prayed for them, an inner tree grew in them. I planted a seed in their hearts, and it's something they'll never forget. And that tree would continue to grow. They later then that night gave us their testimonies. It really humbled our hearts to see the amount of struggle, the amount of poverty, anxiety, and depression they go through. And they need that ministry to have hope. I know that that night they found peace and that God does love them.